Welcome to our press conference. Today we have the Minister of Social Development and Seniors, the Honorable Tinee Furbert, who is going to host us as we discuss the interest-free loan initiatives for seniors age 50 plus and the disabled. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to the Minister so that she can get us on.
It is my pleasure to be joined by the Director of Age Concern, Dr. Claudette Fleming, along with the General Manager of the Bermuda Housing Corporation, Major Barrett Dill, and the Chair of the Aging Well Committee, Member of Parliament, Ianthea Simmons-Wade. Today, we wish to highlight a very meaningful initiative that was implemented at the beginning of 2020, designed to enhance the quality of life for our seniors, persons who are aged 50 plus, and persons with disabilities. In January 2020, the government, particularly the Ministry of Public Works, in collaboration with Bermuda Housing Corporation and Age Concern, introduced an interest-free loan initiative where family members of persons in need can apply for a loan for up to $15,000 to assist in financing home renovations, modifications, and/or goods or services that support a safe, long-term care setting for a loved one living at home. The intention is to provide much needed support to our seniors and persons with disabilities so that they can live comfortably in their own space. To our seniors, we honor the fact that you have invested your time, energy, and finances to build a foundation, and we believe that you should be able to age comfortably at home with your loved ones. To our disabled persons, regardless of your age, we honor the need for a world that is more accessible for you. We recognize that home modifications, such as a simple installation of a bathroom fixture, ramp, railing, window, a roof repair, light, toilet seats, and other home modifications can truly make a world of difference. As a result of the identified need, the interest-free loans are available to persons 50 and older, as well as persons with disabilities of any age, provided they have someone willing to sign the promissory note for repayment on their behalf. I'm happy to share that the loans issued thus far have been used to fund mold remediation, broken windows, fixing floors and ceilings, kitchen cabinets, a hospital bed, stair lifts, bathroom toilet seats, lighting, fixtures, ramps, and more. I would also like to highlight for anyone considering applying, the physical items such as fixtures, beds, railings can be purchased duty-free under this program. At this time, I will allow General Manager of the Bermuda Housing Corporation, Major Barrett Dill, to explain the application process and provide an update of where we are financially with this initiative. Major Dill.
Thanks very much, Minister. Yes, I am very excited and pleased to have partnered with the Cabinet Office and Age Concern with this very, very important initiative for our seniors. However, since January of last year, we have not had the amount of inquiries coming our way to Bermuda Housing Corporation that we had expected. At the moment, we have only had 5 families come in. We had, as you quite rightly said, we have been allocated $500,000, and of the $500,000, $40,000 has been used up to this date. What we would like is to get the information out there that the forms are easily available at www.bhc.bm, or if our valued seniors or the family members are in Hamilton, forms are available at our reception desk at any time after we get through this particular pandemic phase, because our offices are closed. However, I want to re-emphasize that the forms, which are relatively basic, the forms are available at www.bhc.bm for completion. We also have a dedicated person here at BHC to walk seniors through the forms if there is any complication that they encounter. So once again, we want to thank the government of Bermuda for making these funds available, and most importantly, to assist our seniors in remaining at home in as comfortable position as possible with the aid of their family members and caregivers. Thanks very much, Minister.
Thank you, Major Dill, for the update. At this time, I would allow the Director of Age Concern, Dr. Claudette Fleming, to share her input from a social perspective. Dr. Fleming?
Thank you, Minister, and good day to my colleagues and for those who are listening. I pretty much have the sentiments of those who have gone before me. Understandably, the outputs are not a surprise in the sense that there are some physical and economic effects. The BHC stands ready to continue to service seniors, but we do understand that the limitations of COVID-19 is causing some doubt, maybe causing some doubt in households. We want to encourage seniors and caregivers that there is an opportunity to improve your home environment, and we are certainly spending more time in our home environments so that seniors can live at home comfortably. As we emerge from the effects and the implications of COVID-19, I really do want to speak to another pressing reality, and that of the number and portion of our population that is growing older. We say it over and over, but I think we need to be reminded that this is a worldwide phenomenon. Those 60 years and older are increasing. The World Health Organization in 2019 said that the number of people aged 60 and older would reach was 1 billion persons. This number will increase to 1.4 billion by 2030 and 2.1 billion by 2050. This historically significant change in the global population requires adaptations to the way society are structured. Aging in place has emerged as a strategy to improve the quality of life of older people, enabling them to stay at home for longer before or if ever needing institutionalization. And hopefully that doesn't happen for most of us, whilst reducing public and private healthcare spending. Aging in place involves our houses being adequate for us to live in. BHC's Seniors Interest-Free Loan Initiative is one avenue being provided by the Bermuda government to allow older and disabled Bermudian residents to age in place successfully. As advocates for older persons 50 and older, we at Age Concern strongly urge the growing numbers of persons in this age category to prepare by taking advantage of this program, particularly in the light of our current conditions of COVID-19. We have many seniors who are in long-term care at the hospital, for example, for various reasons. The more we are able to remain in our homes effectively, the less strain that we put on our healthcare system. So this is one avenue that is available to us. The old adage, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. It certainly remains true in this case. Successful aging requires that we do not put off for tomorrow what we can do today. If you are among the older adults who can benefit from this program and need the support, we encourage you to reach out to the BHC to determine your eligibility. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Fleming. At this time, I will invite the chair of the Aging Well Committee, MP Ianthea Simmons Wade. Thank you, Ianthea. You're on mute.
Yes, good morning, everyone. So basically, I guess I'll be summing up what my colleagues have said. So at this stage, I'd like to encourage everyone who is 50 plus to reevaluate their home to determine if there is a need for accessibility. As was brought up earlier, I think before we started, very often people at 50 don't think they're old. So what's important right now is that at 50 years old, you're in a better position to repay back this loan, an interest-free loan. Too often we look at having to bump our parents up the steps, not get in the bathroom, but we don't put a lot of attention to it. So the most important thing right now is to start planning. The important thing as you start to age is to plan ahead. And as Dr. Fleming said, it's all about being organized, it's all about planning. In regards to the accessibility aspect, what happens in many cases is not until you have an elder parent coming in or you get in an accident, we're not talking about age, when you suddenly realize that you can't get off the toilet or you can't get out of the shower. So I think aging and going back to aging at home, I also want to reiterate something that Dr. Fleming said. Currently, our healthcare system in regards to long-term care and facilities are at capacity. The most important thing that we can do as a country is to ensure our seniors age at home. And ideally, most people would prefer to age in place and age at home. If we do not look out for those individuals that are seniors to allow them the opportunity to adapt their homes to age at home, the country will be in a crisis trying to find accommodations for seniors. So again, I am encouraging everyone to stop for a minute. Most people are working at home. Look around your house and determine what can be done to make your house accessible in preparation for as you get older so that you can age in place and age at home. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair MPI Anthea Simmons-Wade. Thank you to our community partners for joining me today. I would also like to thank and acknowledge the Minister of Public Works, the Honorable David Birch, and his ministry for continuing to support this initiative. Bermuda, these funds have been set aside to support our community, and we truly hope that more people will take advantage of this purposeful initiative. This government recognizes that Bermudians need our support, and we are committed to taking the necessary steps to offer that support. To our seniors and persons with disabilities, you are seen, you are valued, and we continue to strive to create an inclusive Bermuda for you to thrive in. Lastly, Bermuda, each of us has a role to play in stopping the spread of the coronavirus. Please follow public health guidelines, wear a mask, practice good hand hygiene, maintain physical distancing, and download the We Health app, Bermuda. If you haven't already, registered to get vaccinated. Thank you for taking the time to join us today to share about this very important initiative.
Thank you to everyone. This was a very informative press conference. At this time, I'm going to go to the media to see if they have any questions for us. We do have Sarah Legan from the RG, so I'm just going to admit her into the room. Good morning, Sarah. She's still connecting. Okay, good morning, Sarah. We are live. If you do have any questions, please present them now.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you good.
Okay, I guess just one question would be whether there's been an increase in demand for seniors to stay at home given the pandemic and the difficult circumstances that care homes are presenting to seniors given the pandemic.
I think families are coping as best they can. The challenge becomes if seniors' condition gets worse, and whether or not they want to proceed with taking them to the hospital or keeping them, in their physical dwelling. But we haven't seen an increase in a request for home modifications. But the long-term care situation, as MP Simmons-Wade has said, has been in a fragile state prior to CV-19, and that hasn't changed.
I just also like to add.
Sorry, Minister, you're muted, so I'm just going to unmute you.
Sorry,
Okay.
I got it. Hi, Sarah. Thank you for the question. I just also want to, again, highlight what MPI Anthea Simmons-Wade and Dr. Fleming has already mentioned in regards to our growth of our aging population and the importance of preparing and making preparations for us as we age. Everyone will know, just like MP Anthea Wade mentioned, that people, they're going to want to stay at home and they're going to want to age within their own space, their space which they worked so hard for if they do own their own home. And it's just important that people make consideration for what that looks like. You don't think about it when you're not in a situation or where you're experiencing limitations now, but you know there are things that help us now, even when we don't have limitations. So it's just important for people to get on board to understand what those things are.
I'd just also like to add, what is happening now is we find a situation that because of the lack of beds in the long-term care facilities, many seniors who are not able to go back home because of either accessibility or their medical condition are forced to stay in the hospital, which creates an additional problem from the hospital's point of view, because they cannot go at home because of their condition or in many cases accessibility, but there are no beds, or I should say very, very limited beds in the nursing homes at present.
Thank you for that. Sarah, did you have any additional questions? Additional questions?
Could you, just thank you. Just reiterate what happens in the case that they are unable to repay the loan. Thank you. Just reiterate what happens in the case that they are unable to repay.
Sarah, I'm just going to get you to turn off. I guess you're live streaming it from somewhere else, and maybe just turn that stream off. But did we hear her question? It was regarding repayment if individuals are unable to repay.
If I can jump in here to say that we at BHC, we do take it on a case-by-case basis. So if an individual is experiencing hardship for repayments, then we would listen to their story and then come up with a plan as to how we can alleviate their stress as far as financial commitment is concerned. The objective here really is for our seniors and not to put them at additional distress. So in the event that they are experiencing financial hardship on the repayment, then it would be a matter for them to discuss it with us at BHC, and then we, of course, will have our internal processes to have a discussion on how we can best manage that particular situation.
Thank you for that, Major Dill. Ms. Legan, any more questions for you today?
That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we had an interesting question come in via Facebook that says, does the person have to own their own home to be eligible for this loan?
And again, to say no, if there is a senior in the home, if it's a rental property, then once again, we would have discussions in-house to make the decision on how we can best assist. But obviously, if the person does not own their own home, the landlord will have to be a part of those discussions as well as far as modification to the home.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that clarity, Major Deal. Those were the only questions that we had today. However, we have put the link to the application on our Facebook page. And if you do have any questions arising from any information shared today, we encourage you to reach out to Bermuda Housing Corporation, who then reaches out with age concern, and they will get you sorted. So thank you so much, Bermuda. That concludes our press conference for today.
Thanks very much.